Hope you're happy. Now I've got to nominate 5 people. JorGoGo, basically an artist more than the gaming thing when it comes to YouTube, but it's still a great combination of the two. Please check out that channel. Again, haha, now you've got to do this shit.
Well, joke's on you, Sega Head. I was just looking for something to do. Me and Cyberpunk are taking a little break. Hey yo, you frickin' fricks, I am JorGoGo, and it looks like I've just been tagged in another one of these vid trends, which I think is pretty cool. Gives off a sense of community in this little YouTube bubble. Anywho, the YouTuber who tagged me in this particular trend is Sega Head, an awesome and lovable goof who covers all things Sega, everything from games, consoles, hardware, and merchandise. Also someone you should totally check out. Maybe give a sub, give a like, give a pat on the shoulder, give a bat across the skull, give a kiss on the cheek, on the mouth, whichever one's more painful, mentally. But yeah, I love this guy. Anywho, he tagged me to make a list of what 10 games I think are the best that was ever made. Now, if you're watching Sega Head, is this supposed to be a Nintendo-only list? I mean, expect maybe a little Mario, and maybe some Metroid, and, I don't know, Legend of Zelda.
No, stop. What do you think you're doing?
What? I was just about to talk about Legend of Zelda. Thanks, pal. I almost forgot for a second there. I mean, we would have to move again if he actually showed up. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, no, no.
Oh crap, it's Reignited.
Yeah, the guy who will never shut up about Legend of Zelda. Ooh, I almost did it again. You! Yeah, you! You over there! Yeah, you out the window! Yeah, go back home! I ain't gonna talk about some green capped elf. Well, not anymore now. So you can shoot! Yeah, go on, shoot! Shoot! No. Go on! I have to move from my apartment because of you! I'm a count to 3. 1, 2, don't make me go to 3, mister. Ha! Whew, that takes care of that for now. Anywho, we should get on with this list already. Sheesh. Now I'm gonna go into very brief detail with these games, otherwise I'll be here forever. And this is my own personal list. This isn't some almighty, hidey-whitey-tidy list. This is just my own personal opinion, and I'm sure this will change over time, and there's like no real order with this either. This ain't some top 10 list. This is just me yelling about video games again, okie dokie. So anywho, let's just get on with it, eh? So starting out this list, we got Cyberpunk. Okay, I know what y'all are thinking, and I've probably lost a couple of subs now, but hear me out before you go, ID. Now, I'm in the process of making a game take series that's honestly lasting longer than it should, but that's because not only was this one of the most anticipated titles of the decade, but also, I just can't deny, despite all of its shortcomings and lackluster release, I still love Cyberpunk 2077. But me, oh my, what could have been, am I right? The game has an awesome story to experience if it can get past all the dirt and grind that's the gameplay. It has a message of corporations taking over the world and living in a city where it's every man for himself. Not even the hospital or the cops will help you out in time. There's a lot of hidden nods and references too that are pretty difficult to find unless you look up a guide for them. But this just shows that despite its controversy, this is still made with a lot of love and care. The gameplay department? Well, yeah, I only wish the developers the very best, having to deal with the decisions made from CDPR heads and having to work with what they got. And I wish them the very best with whatever they gotta cook up next. Frickin' men. Next on our list, we got the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Well, the first one.
Oh my!
First off, huge props to Nicholas Cole for redesigning all 80+ dragons when their only source material was whatever this is. Every dragon has such beautiful redesigns and they're animated with so much personality. There isn't one dragon that I hate. They're all just so cool and I want to hug them all. But this is on the list for me because this is such a comfy game. One I always come to whenever I just want to relax. It's a simple 3D platformer, easy to 100%, but it's also very colorful and mystical. It feels like I just walked right into one of those hippie stores with essence smoking in the air, candles, charms, jewelry, tarot cards everywhere. and the cashier who probably sells cocaine after hours. You get what I mean? If I didn't make it obvious already, it's also my personal favorite out of the trilogy. Everyone seems to agree that the third game, or the second one, is the best in the trilogy, but I don't take Spyro that seriously. Again, the first one is such a comfort game for me, and one that I think most of the work went towards. I mean, you get hot dragon dads, what's not to appreciate? Next off on the list, we have Sonic Mania, the fever dream fan game that Sega actually greenlit, and everyone cheered that they did, including me. Sonic Mania was undoubtedly a very much needed breath of fresh air, and one of the best games that ever came from Sonic. And that's just not me saying that, the score doesn't lie. A 2D Sonic game as if it was made for the Sega Saturn for the modern day, and now after 4 years is looked at as nostalgia pandering, which I don't doubt now, honestly. I mean, let's be real, tugging the nostalgia strings does work to get money, believe it or not. Everyone's doing it. But even with this blessed release, I just can't play it the same again, since the story is connected to this dump of poo-poo pee-pee. Next up, I know I talked about this game a bajillion times, and I'll do it again, and I am Quantum Redshift, an original Xbox exclusive that was made to compete with PlayStation's Wipeout, a futuristic racer that sadly no one remembers, and it sold so poorly it closed down the studio that developed it. Oh, and it's also very, very fast! The OST of the game is also great. While the game is explosive and fast, the music is usually slow and easy techno. It kind of reminds me of Super Monkey Ball's OST in a way. It's just a nice futuristic racer that you just don't really see anymore unless you're Wipeout for the PS4. I like hover shifts, I like techno music, I love the Y2K era. Just shove all that right out my b. On to the next game in our list, and it is Oddworld Abe's Odyssey for the PlayStation 1. One of the more unique games on this list, but no one seems to be talking about Oddworld anymore, unless you're British in a sexy way. Seriously, y'all need to play Oddworld. It has a unique story to tell, more of an epic saga that's said to be a quintology. A story that's very similar to Cyberpunk 2077, a dystopian time where corporations are draining the world while enslaving or eating its inhabitants away, taking away their destinies and potential. Gameplay-wise, it's a puzzle platformer and has you going from level to level as you're rescuing your fellow man. The game doesn't tell you should do that, but you should definitely do that. But yeah, like I said, this series hasn't been in great shape despite its reboot a couple years ago. In my eyes, looks like it's on its last legs, which is a shame because this series has been around since the 90s, and it barely got any story out. Honestly, having your newly released title as a PS Plus free game a month it comes out is kind of a sign of desperation, but even that was a dump of doo-doo, I am sorry. Oddworld Soulstorm can kiss my fat fanny, what a disappointment. Next in line is Mega Man X. I wasn't much of a Mega nut growing up, but despite getting into Mega Man recently, this simple SNES title has been one of my favorites from that console alone. Everything about it is just perfect. The opening stage, the learning curves, the OST, it manages to be a faster and more explosive version of the original Mega Man, and man oh man, is this the true Mega Man sequel. And it's probably the only variant of Mega Man people will bother to remember, like me. Even if the X games dipped in quality as time went on, the story just makes no sense, the voice acting can get atrocious, and the series even retcons itself just cuz. Let's not forget the true OG here. Unless you're Mega Man X4, which is the better game in my opinion, I take no criticism. Good day. I said good day! Ow! Coming up is a game I've covered a long time ago, but gonna redo in the future because I just love it that much. An Xbox exclusive known as Jet Set Radio Future. Not only one of my favorite franchises, but fun fact, my favorite game ever. I never get bored of it. It never gets boring. The semi-open world, the skating, the music mostly composed by Hideki Naganuma, the graffiti, the characters. Like this game defined my taste in gaming, and it made me appreciate artistic style and substance. No joke, this game was the first game I played on the OG Xbox, and it means that much to me. It is also the peak definition of a terrific sequel. It took the concept of its prequel and not only modified it to make it better, but also added a whole bunch of new, keeping it all fresh and worth looking at and checking out. In case you didn't know, the original Jet Set Radio for the Dreamcast and Steam is a serious hot mess. Collision detection is as terrible as trying to navigate through Florida traffic. You can only play one level once and you can replay it once you replay the story. It's slow, it's sluggish, and not very good. The sequel, however, gets rid of collision detection altogether. The game is set in one semi-open world, there's a lot more graffiti to paint, it's faster, better, cooler, edgier, and why isn't this back backwards compatible, Xbox. You ported Panzer Dragoon Orta, another Sega game that was also developed by Smilebit. Freaking come on! Next game on the list goes to the comeback of the century, No Man's Sky. Y'all know pretty much the story of this one by now. A game that was so ambitious that it shot themselves in the foot by letting the expectations skyrocket, especially lying through those giant teeth. One that barely delivered any type of substance day one and barely gave any reason to keep playing. Unless you're me, because I kept playing. I'm a huge sucker for space travel and going from planet to planet. As bare bone the OG release was, I was still creaming my jeans over what was already there. I freaking loved it then, and I freaking love it now, and I'm so happy Hello Games eventually pulled through and managed to deliver on what they promised before. Eventually. I mean, it took them a hot minute, but hey yo, redemption! And I think winning the award for best ongoing game of 2020 when one of your opponents is freaking Fortnite, Apex, and Call of Duty is a major win in my books. God bless y'all. I really do hope this is a lesson learned, not only for y'all, but for many other upcoming developers out there. Okay, 2 more to go, and my next one is probably going to be an oddball for y'all. Looney Tunes Sheep Raider for the PlayStation 1. In my opinion, one of the best underrated puzzle games to come out of this console, and also a game that's centered around a Looney Tunes character who's pretty much forgotten because of its much more popular counterpart. I will defend Ralph Wolf with my life. I'm just warning y'all. The game has some nice, cool, jazzy music, if that's sounding like it came straight out of a 70s porno. And the game is fairly easy to get into. I just wish the difficulty spikes would chill out for a second. It's one of my first PS1 games, and damn it, I still love it to this day. And speaking of the music for a second, I use the music from the game as background music for my videos. And it's even the music you're even listening to on this one. Like, especially now. Just wow, go play Sheep Raider. For me, or else. Please? Now, I know I said that this list has no particular order, but this is my own list, shut up. But I just had to save the best for last. One of the best games ever, in my personal opinion, is Kingdom Hearts. However, I just can't pick one, so I'm gonna go with all of them. It's a series that gains like 3 fans every 3 seconds of the day, and with each fan comes another, spreading like a plague. The series is just that immersive and emotionally captivating. Awesome action JRPG gameplay, emotional music and story, and with a completely bizarre concept that mixes Disney and Final Fantasy characters into one glorified mess. You never ever see crap like this, especially back then, and I'm still surprised it managed to grow and grow over the years. I love this series. Each game is fun in its own unique way, and the story may be difficult to follow, but it's a wild ride you never see in gaming history. I love the games tugging my heartstrings, and I love the games twisting my brain matter because this game is just so weird, it'll pull anything out of its lumpy butt. Like Sora drinking a can of Pepsi unlocks the portal to darkness with Utada Hikaru bursting out playing bagpipes, and we just see that as a normal Kingdom Hearts game. Alright, that was 10 games I think are just the bee's kneecaps, and I assume y'all don't care by now. But I gotta nominate some people, don't I? 5 people to be exact. So, Tux, let's bounce back and forth on this one, pal.
No.
You will?
I just said no.
I am so glad you're my co-host.
I get paid minimum wage for this.
I don't pay you at all.
Wait,
Chronic
what?
Spartan will be my first pick. Proceed to the next one, Mr. T.
Don't call me that, and I'll nominate Zach Crystal because I'm not like you and miss almost every premiere she has put out.
Hey now, it takes a lot of work to be animated this purty.
Putty. I can see where your limbs end and hands begin. Can you even draw a different head pose?
Dren Hanamata, you'll be the next one I nominate. Got anyone else in mind, you fleabag?
Why yes, Retrowolf 88, that one guy I kinda chatted with.
You mean by talking on Link, which is something I told you not to do.
How did you know?
Because you just told me. Planetary Ashes will be the 5th and final one. I look forward to checking out what y'all are gonna dish out. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, TikTok, TeePublic, and join my Discord. All the links will be down below. Be cool, be wild, be groovy. Be sure to like, and most importantly, subscribe if you like this crap, and also to check out all my other crap. Now get out.